Hello po, good afternoon. So, I'm usual Ronick Arcadis, katulad ng sabi ni Dr. Jean kanina, Dr. Merrill. So you can call me Nikki for the sake of this presentation. So I will be talking about the social media data that we have been using for timely disaster impact assessment in the country. So I'm really sorry, hindi ako mapakali na nandito lang ako, so I need to come here. Kita naman, no, kasi maliit naman akong tao. So for the clicker, let's go. For my first presentation, if you can see this, do you know that we have the World Risk Index? So yung World Risk Index natin, dito natin makikita kung gaano ka-risky ang isang country sa disasters or sa hazard. So I'm a bit, I don't know, kanina iniisip ko kung ilalagay ko pa ba to kasi it's an outdated slide na. This one is still from 2022 and I have presented this paper or this presentation in 2023. So the data that I have now is 2022 lang. So in 2013, do you know what happened in 2013? Yes, naka-smile lang sila sa akin. But in 2013, Super Typhoon Yolanda. In 2020, I don't know what happened here, pero in 2013, nasa number 3 tayo for the World Risk Index. In 2020, number 9 na tayo, medyo bumaba na, di ba? Pero as palaging mga nananalo sa mga pageantries natin, Miss Universe, number 1 na naman ang Pilipinas noong 2022. Bakit? Sorry. Parang may nakita akong pumalakpak. Number 1 na ang Pilipinas. Huwag niyong palakpakan na number 1 ang Pilipinas kasi hindi to okay. So yung Pilipinas noong 2022 is number 1 in the World Risk Index. Meaning, mas mataas na tayo compared to Vanuatu as well as Tonga, which are the countries na literally every month, every day, meron silang hazards, disasters, and everything. Because located sila or literally napapaligiran sila ng tubig. So inevitably, Vanuatu and Tonga are the countries that have the highest risk in terms of disaster. So, in 2022, nakakabahala lang. So, isa na naman to. Pero, what I would just want to tell you is that, number 1 ang Philippines, kaya lang, this is because of many other factors as well, like economy, societal impact, and everything. So, there are a lot of factors naman on that one. And I also want to remind everyone that the Department of Science and Technology is heading the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Program ng gobyerno natin. So we have 4 thematic areas and the DOST is the lead for the disaster prevention and mitigation. That's why we have projects and services like ours na ipapakita ko sa inyo later kung anong ginagawa namin. And I think Doc Merrill mentioned this kanina, pero I think I am the only speaker for this session na from DOST-ASTI. So I will give you a little bit information about DOST-ASTI. DOST-ASTI is the lead of the ASTICON right now, yung collocated event po natin. But aside from that, DOST-ASTI is one of the 9 research and development institutes of the Department of Science and Technology. So, maraming RDIs ang DOST, but the DOST-ASTI is focusing more on microelectronics, electronics, ICT. We also delve into space science and technology mga bandang 2013-2017. And speaking of space technology, ito yung focus ng talk ko ngayon. So ito yung mga space science and technology assets that DOST had funded. Kasi these assets are now transitioned to the Philippine Space Agency. So meron tayong dating Pedro Center. Si Pedro Center, in essence, sila yung nakikipag-communicate sa mga satellites natin. So marami tayong mga satellites, marami tayong subscription, marami tayong pagmamay-ari, Diwata One, maraming mga satellites assets sa buong mundo. And si Pedro Center, sa mga meron tayong subscriptions, sila yung communicate. So essentially, what they do is that they upload commands to those satellites, and whatever those satellites did, especially in taking satellite photos, satellite images, dina-download ng Pedro Center. Then, there was Datos Project, and there is Sarwise Project. So si Datos Project and Sarwise Project, kami yung nagpa-process ng mga satellite images na yon to something, translated into something na maiintindihan ng mga local government unit officials natin or yung mga students. Magpapakita po ako ng examples later. And we also had the Stamina for Space. This one naman is a project under the University of the Philippines and in cooperation or in partnership with the OST. So ang topic ko ay about sa pag-leverage namin ng social media data as well as any other information, education, and communication campaign using these space, science, and technology assets. So one of the DRRM efforts and initiatives ay yung pag-produce namin ng mga automated flood impact maps. So later, makikita ninyo yung mga maps na na-generate namin. Pero si Datos as well as Sarwise, nagdi-distribute kami ng mga flood impact maps and other datasets to national agencies. So national agencies include DOST regional offices, pero meron din kaming mga partners like the Office of the Civil Defense, PAG-ASA, National DRRM Council, so lahat ng mga DRRM agencies sa buong Pilipinas. So itong mga maps na ito, binibigay namin via social media, via email, and recently, meron na rin tayong Viber group para mas mabilis or para mas seamless yung information flow. And what is needed or what we saw na very effective dito sa disaster management effort namin was to actually request data from people online. So what we did, nagkaroon kami ng participatory data request. So we asked our followers sa social media as well as yung mga ibang tao sa Instagram, Facebook, Twitter to give us information on what is actually happening on the ground. So sila yung nagbibigay sa amin ng satellite image, no, not satellite images. Sila yung nagbibigay sa amin ng mga photos. Kunwari flooded sa lugar nila or kunwari nagkaroon ng landslide or merong earthquake, sila yung nagbibigay ng photos sa amin. And given those photos and the information coming from those people, pinaplat namin yung information na yon sa mapa. If you can see, dito sa side, pwede pa po ba to? Dito sa, I don't know, sa left side, ito yung mga photos na nakita namin sa Facebook and Twitter, as well as mga links or yung mga pangalan ng mga tao na nagbigay sa amin yan. So since meron na tayo, natanong na natin, kunwari sa Ilocos Norte, meron pong flooding, this is the flooding, ito yung photos, tinatag namin, saan sa Ilocos Norte? Kung sasabihin niya sa Lawag, okay, let's tag Lawag as the area na actually merong flooding. So nagkakaroon tayo ng geography, ng coordinates na pwede natin gamitin to tag sa mapa natin. And since meron na tayong mapa, alam na natin kung saan yung concentration ng hazard, kung saan may flooding, saan may earthquake. Ang ginagawa natin ay mag-produce na tayo ng maps. So yun na po yung nangyayari. Si Datos and Project, kino-complement na namin yung disaster management system or yung mga efforts ng mga DRRM agencies natin. So ito na yung mga mapa na na-produce natin. So with that, ayaw niyang mag-next. Sorry, ayaw na po niyang mag-next. So ayan, ito yung mga examples ng mga nagawa natin mapa. kung naalala nyo po, or nagawa nating mapa or mga nagawa na nating mga initiatives, kung naalala nyo nung 2022, nung nagkaroon ng earthquake sa Northern Luzon, Abra, so nagbigay tayo agad ng data sets sa mga taga-Abra, taga-Ilocos Sur. Meron ding ditong data, participatory request din to, nakita natin kung saan yung concentration nung disaster. And ganyan lang po siya, ito yung mga data sets natin. Nagkaroon tayo ng mga areas of interest for satellite tasking. So kapag napin na natin sa mapa, itatask na natin yung mga satellites natin kung saan magtitake ng photos. Kung nakapag-take na sila ng photos, magda-download tayo ng mga satellite images and then ipaprocess natin. So ganyan po siya. Northern Luzon earthquake, meron din kami sa Metro Cebu, and any others. So ang motivation lang why yung mga technologies natin ay naka-angkla sa mga disaster. Number one, na meron talaga tayong mga data sets is for the flooding in the Philippines. Kasi recurring dilemma siya in the Philippines. So nagmamap tayo ng mga flood extents. So meron tayong service on that sa DOST. Gamit ang Novasar satellite and other satellites na free that we could use. So si Novasar satellite, just a quick background, merong 10% imaging capacity ang Pilipinas. So if ever na kailangan ninyo ng satellite images from the Novasar satellite, meron tayo kasi nakakakuha tayo ng 10% na share from the Novasar tasking. So yung 10% na yon ay everyday siya, 2 beses nagtitake sa Pilipinas. It amounts to 180 seconds of imaging time. Is it every day? Every day. Basta 180,000 imaging time siya. Or I don't know, for the whole na po pala siya. So yung acquisition ay through the Sarwise project, and the download and communication is still with the Pedro project. So nakita dito, the images can help address the potential gaps in data availability kung walang available na data from our other satellite assets. Ito lang po yung general workflow namin, methodology lang siya. I was supposed to actually present this yesterday sa isang session din, pero for some reason hindi na-present, so dito na lang po siya. Ito yung general workflow namin, image tasking, map generation, and then map distribution. As is lang siya, pero maraming nangyayari on the ground. So if you can see that, ganyan yung flow na na-develop ng project team namin. So nagpe-pre-process din kami ng mga Novasar images using this. So if you want to ask questions later about this, I cannot answer that because our technical people are actually the ones who develop this. Pero if just in case hindi nyo maitutulog ba maya yung tanong ninyo, meron namang someone here na pwedeng sumagot ng tanong ninyo mamaya. So, mayroon tayong flood extents generation din. So, ganito rin yung process namin. If you want to ask that later, later na lang po. And ito na yung mga generated maps natin. Aside from flooding, marami pa tayong ibang mga maps na pwedeng magawa. So, pwede tayong mag-assess. Kanina, I told you about this. Pwede tayong mag-assess ng flood damages from those satellite images or from those processed satellite images. We can also monitor the volcanic activity of our volcanoes sa Pilipinas. So this one lang, just a technology demonstration, meron tayo or kaya natin gumawa or gumamit ng interferogram for that. So kausap po namin ang DOST FIVOX dito. So si DOST FIVOX, sila na po yung gumagawa neto, but it came from DOST ASTI, yung mga tools na ginagamit nila. Flood extent po ulit to, but this one is specifically for Novasar. And kaya natin magbigay ng mga satellite images for post-typhoon disaster assessment. So if you want satellite images for your local government units or for your communities, pwede po nating ibigay ito. And yeah, disaster assessment, disaster response, earthquake damages, forest fire, kaya po natin mag-assess niyan. Meron din po tayong object identification using those satellite images. Sorry, I only have a minute left, but in 2021, for us to actually disseminate or meron tayong technology transfer na ginawa. In 2021, na-task kami ng DOST to disseminate or to ipakilala tong technology na to sa mga government officials natin, government units, as well as state universities. So, nagkaroon tayo ng mga regular training series from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. May mga training request tayo, may mga outputs yung mga estudyante natin. I don't know if nandito pa rin po sila. Ito yung mga na-train namin. And then, program of instruction, ito yung nagamit naming tool. Na-train natin ang PSA, na-train natin ang SRA, na-train natin ang LLDA. So, Department of Transportation, FIVOX Acer. And if you want to ask question, if pwede pa po bang mag-training, sorry, hindi na po kasi tapos na po yung project namin nung June 2024. So, the challenges and everything, marami kaming collaboration, data distribution, licensing. Itong mga to makikita nyo lang sa mga sites ng mga partner agencies namin like FIVOX. And ito yung, just to end the presentation, ito yung mga technologies na pwedeng magamit or pwedeng maging output for satellite images or Earth observation satellites. So I won't have time for the conclusion, but thank you very much po. If you have any questions, ito po yung mga contact details namin. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nikki. So we have time for, I think, one question. Oh, wow.
No.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon, Ms. Nikki. So I'm Leo pala from UP EEI. So regarding your your efforts on the crowdsourcing during the flooding and other disasters, do you have like a system in place to verify the inputs of the general public, whether for the photos that they are uploading, whether yun talaga yung condition on the ground, or if it's just perhaps an old photo from somewhere else, or kaya na-download lang nila from Google that they send to you. Ayun lang. So, method for verifying the crowdsourcing inputs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, hindi ko maalala na may mental block ako kung anong tool yung ginamit namin for this. Pero for the method of verification, number one na ginagawa na namin ay dina-download namin yung images and extract the metadata. If those images are not taken on the day na binigay nila yung photo or on the place that they actually told us na doon nila tinake yung photo, hindi po namin yung kinukuha. So, kapag na-collate na po namin lahat ng mga images na actually verified na binigay ng mga tao from the internet or even yung mga partners natin on the ground kasi maraming naman po tayong regional partners. Kapag na-verify na po yun, ang ginagawa natin, tinatawagan na po natin si DOST Region 1 kunwari. Totoo po bang umuulan? Totoo, yung earthquakes, mabilis naman pong malaman kasi may FIVOX. Pero tinatanong natin, totoo po bang may flooding? Totoo po ba na may na landslide dito? And then, those DOST regional officers will tell us na opo, totoo naman po siya. So kapag sinabi po nila, ang ginagawa na natin ay pinaplat na po talaga natin sa mapa. And even before, nagpa-process na tayo and then we give those maps as well as raw data na po to the local government unit officials through the DOST region office or the DOST, yung PTSO, yung sa provincial office na po nila. So yun pa.
Thank you,
sir.
and congratulations.
Thank you, sir. So, ayun po. Do you have any other questions? I think one lang, Doc Meryl, no? So, thank you po.
Okay. Now, I would like to present the Certificate of Appreciation to Naciel Ronique Cadiz for sharing their invaluable insight and work on leveraging Earth observation and social media data for timely disaster impact assessment in the Philippines during the NEECE Con 2024, given this 19th day of July 2024 at Novotel, Manila, Araneta City, Quezon City, Philippines. Signed, Dr. Lou Andrew Tria.